All right. So get comfortable. If you have a little couch cushion or something to sit on.
Yep, I'm sitting on it.
Oh, I'm so happy. So sit with a nice tall. So just like we're in class, you're sitting with your sit bones grounding down. And that sense of down allows your spine to lift up and be buoyant. We want to sit with a dignified spine, so neither hunched nor erect, but just solid and at ease. And we're going to do a little breathing practice first. So for the first few breaths, just pay attention to what you feel. How it feels to breathe. Maybe it feels a little cool on your nostrils. Maybe you feel your chest or your side and back ribs moving up and down as you breathe. And then for the next couple of breaths, see if you can count the length of your inhale. So how many beats in your head, just 1, 2, 3, is the length of your inhale. And they don't have to be the same every time. But see if you can match the length of your inhale and now the length of your exhale. So if you inhale for 6, exhale for 6. And then for the next few breaths, exhale 1.5 times the length of the inhale. So if you inhale for 6, then you would exhale for 9. Or whatever number you inhale, 1.5 times the exhale. And then for the next few breaths, you're going to inhale 1.5 times the exhale, and then pause in your breath for half the length of the inhale. So if you take 6 on the inhale, exhale for 9, and pause for 3. And you also don't need to get all caught up in numbers. If it's not perfect, that's okay. Keep breathing this way for a few more breaths. And this is a practice you can take with you whenever you need to calm mind and body down. And actually the practice can continue in that eventually you can double the length of your exhale and then pause. And then I think we'll leave it like that for now, but just paying attention to a soft, slow, easy exhale, focusing on the exhale so your nervous system can calm itself right back down. Because if you think about it, when we inhale, if you're anxious, you're inhaling, you're gearing everything up. When you exhale is that time that your sympathetic nervous system and your parasympathetic nervous system can just bring a whole sense of calm and at ease. So then when you're ready, just return to a normal breath. And feel as if the crown of your head is soft and open. And it's lifting you up towards the sky and hopefully the sunlight. And then on your next exhale, ear to the shoulder. Inhale back to center. Other side. Couple more times, inhaling up, exhaling down. And then switch the movement so that now you are exhaling your chin to your shoulder. Inhaling back to center. And exhaling towards the other shoulder. So following your own breath, do this a few more times. And take the time to pause at the end of the exhale. Inhale back to center. Exhale, tip your chin. Softening through your shoulders. Breathing all the way down either side of your spine, right into your sit bones. Then inhaling back up. At any point, if you need to, uncrossing your legs and bringing them straight out in front of you. If you're okay, we're going to palms face up and we're going to inhale the arms up to the ceiling. And exhale them down. And again, you don't need to bring your hands all the way overhead. You can just bring them to wherever is as comfortable and doesn't add a sense of tension. Two more times. The next time you bring your arms up, clasp your fingers, palms to the sky, and just wiggle up and out of your hips and your shoulders a little bit. A little good morning stretch or good evening stretch, good any time of day stretch. Keep your hands where they are, root down, or you can bring them wide if your hands are uncomfortable, palms facing up. Root down equally through your sit bones. Keep your opposite sit bone rooted down as you exhale over to one side. Inhale up. Exhale over. Couple more times. And then come back to center and let the arms exhale down to the floor. Give them a little shake. They were up there for a while. And just extend your legs out in front of you along the floor. Roll your ankles or rotate your ankles one way for a few cycles. And then rotate them another way for a few cycles. And then point your toes away from you and draw them back in towards you a few times. Especially if we're doing all this walking, Jeannie, my feet hurt. I'm like, I don't know if my feet are gonna last.
Yes, you're right.
And my physio, of course, is closed, so.
Yes.
And then inhale back up. Draw your legs as wide apart as is comfortable for you. You can also bend the knees as much as your mobility needs. Inhale the arms up. Exhale over to one side, and this time the arm can come down, the other arm can lift up. Inhale back to center, and exhale other side. And if you are doing this on your own at home throughout the week, you can spend as much time as you like in a pose. And you can come out of a pose before you're cue to at any time, of course. One more time over one direction. Then arms come up. Rotate your chest towards your leg. Again, your knees might need to be a bit bent here. And exhale, long, 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 reaching forward, forward, forward. And coming down over that leg and just taking a breath here. Taking a couple breaths here. Inhale, pause, exhale, pause. Engaging your deep center line, lifting up to your chest. Inhaling back to center. Turn towards your other leg. Exhale. Here we go, other side. Lengthening the top of your head away from you on the inhale. Exhaling draws the chest down to the knee. And then inhaling up to center. Bring your legs in front of you. Again, knees can be as bent as you need. Tall, tall, tall with the spine. Reaching forward, fingertips reaching out. Exhale over the legs. And your hands can be wherever is comfortable for you. Inhaling long spine. Exhaling, sinking your spine down towards your legs. Breathing into your back. And then inhaling, walking your hands up. And we are going to come onto your back into constructive rest. So, feet under your knees, hip width apart, arms facing up. Take a few breaths here, feeling the rise and fall of your spine. Just with the natural breath. And if you find a little strain in your neck, you can put a little blanket, a little folded blanket, or if you have gardening knee pads or those gardening mats, those really work well too. And feel as if you can sink down through your upper spine a little bit into the floor. And then take your arms out in a T. Inhale, draw your abdomen in and up. Exhale, let the legs sink over to one side in a windshield wiper. Back up to center on the inhale, and exhale, other side. So inhaling up and exhaling over, back and forth on your own breath. And then coming back up to center. Your arms can come down towards the floor or towards your sides with your palms facing down. Your feet are still under your knees. And root them down, spread your toes. Just like if we're standing, you're spreading your toes, you're lifting your arches while the ball of your feet are engaged with the floor. Engage the deep center line and engage your upper legs and your bum. As you inhale, lift the hips up into a mini bridge. Exhale them down. Try to keep your knees parallel to each other. So neither buckling in like this or splaying out. Couple breaths like this, keeping your upper chest nice and soft. Soften through the jaw and the neck. The work here is in the legs. One more breath. This time when you inhale up, let the arms come up as well. Again, they can come by your ears onto the floor, or they can be nice and wide in a V or a T. The goal is not to increase tension. I'm gonna light myself on fire if I'm not careful. Got more candles than I'm used to. The next time you find yourself in the bridge position, keeping your feet nice and engaged, your thighs lifting, your bum lifting, but your shoulders relaxed, take as many breaths as you can here while still feeling calm and stable and at ease. Inhaling, pausing, exhaling, pausing. Coming down slowly whenever it is you're ready. You could stay there for a long time if you wanted. You can always press pause if you're watching this after. Draw your knees into your palms. Inhale, let your knees come away from you. Exhale, draw them in. A couple more times. Inhaling, open. Exhaling in. And then set your feet back down onto your mat, again, under your knees. Bring your left foot, and if you're listening and you can't visualize this, just have a look at your screen. Into a figure four. So ankle just under the opposite knee. Taking your left hand and inhaling, helping that hip open. So opening up with the knee right through the hip. Exhaling, drawing it in. Couple times. Inhaling, open. Exhale, in. Now, if you have a strap handy and you know you need it, you can draw it behind your other leg and pull in, or you can take your hands and bring them behind the opposite knee, right in that little groove. And you can inhale, exhale, draw the knees. Inhale, open. Exhale, draw the knees in. 3 more times like this. Now setting both feet down along the floor. If you have a strap or a belt handy, grab that. We're going to extend the right leg long along the floor with a nice active foot, so flex your foot. Loop the strap around the arch of your left foot. And on the inhale, you're going to inhale the leg up as much as you can without using the strap. And then when that's no longer possible, use the strap to draw the leg in towards you. Exhale, let it fall down. 2 more times like this. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. And then shimmying the strap so it's around the ball of your foot. And then just spending a breath or 2, sending that heel up to the ceiling. And exhaling it close in towards you. And again, your knee might be bent here, totally good. Grabbing the strap, putting the strap in your left hand, keeping your right hip anchored to the ground as you exhale, open that leg to the side. Oh, apparently I'm a little tight in there, everybody. Let me try that one again. Take a breath at the bottom. Inhale, pause, exhale, pause. And inhaling up to center, switching your hands over, and exhaling, drawing that leg across your body in the opposite direction. Your head can look out over your opposite arm if it's comfortable. Inhale, pause, exhale, pause here. Then inhale, leg up to the top of the room. Take the strap off and let that leg lay down beside the other one on the floor. Inhale, pause, exhale, pause here. Taking the feet under your knees again, hip width apart. Right leg, right ankle comes over the left leg this time. Take your palm. Inhale, help that knee and hip out, rotating through the ball and socket of the hip joint. Exhale in towards you. Inhale out. Exhale in. One more time. And then either taking your strap or your hands, bringing it behind your other leg, and drawing everything in. Exhaling it in towards you. Inhaling, just releasing the tension a little bit. Inhaling in. Sorry, exhaling in. Inhaling out. Feet come down. This time the left leg extends along the floor. Taking the strap around the ball or the arch of the right foot. And if you don't have a strap at home, try a belt. It often works. Inhale up, or a house coat belt. Exhale down. So lifting the leg as much as we can under the leg's own steam before using the strap. Again, if you are running more or walking more, if you've got kids at home or you're just walking more to get the heck out of the house, this is excellent for the back of your legs. And then shimming the strap when it's in the raised position to the ball of your foot. Sole of the foot reaches to the ceiling, sit bone reaches away as you exhale and draw the leg in towards you a little bit. Inhale, the strap comes into the right hand this time. And exhale, open that leg wide to the side, keeping the other hip rooted down. So maybe that means you don't open very wide. Softening through the shoulders, the neck and the jaw. Then inhaling up to center, switching hands and exhaling over other side. Feeling that softness, breathing softness into the outer edge of that hip. Whenever you exhale, and then inhaling the leg up. Removing the strap, legs come down beside each other for a breath and just feel if that feels any different than when you started. Two ways of coming up here. One is just to roll over onto your side and find your way onto your hands and knees. The other is to reach behind your thighs and do a few rock and rolls up and down the length of your spine. And then eventually finding yourself on your hands and knees. Hands right under your shoulders here, your middle finger pointing forwards, and a gentle bend in your arms with your eyes of your arms facing each other. Inhale, chest lifts, forehead lifts, sit bones reach up and back behind you. Exhale, curl under. Couple times like this. And then come back to center. On an exhale, look towards an opposite hip. Inhale back to center. Exhale, other direction. Back to center. And if you don't want to come into down facing dog, just find your way onto your feet and into a forward fold. If you don't mind a quick transition down facing dog, Jeannie, I'm not sure if you don't mind down facing dog.
I don't mind them, no.
All right. So let's walk our hands out in front of us a little bit, lift through the chest, curl the toes under, and press the hips back. Sit bones reaching up and back behind you, and just spend a few breaths here, walking your feet up and down, especially good if you're a walker. Reaching those heels towards the floor. And then maybe do both feet at a time, whatever feels good. You can involve your hips as much as you like here. And then finding you're walking your hands to your feet and your feet to your hands and coming into a forward fold. The arms can cup, the hands can cup the elbows here, and just breathe into the back length of the leg. The head is like a bowling ball descending towards the floor.
You can even wiggle back and forth a little bit. Get some looseness in your spine. You can even rock up and down, side to side. Let the head be soft, the neck be soft. You can nod your head yes, you can shake it no. Let the arms come down, bend through the knees, root through the feet, and slowly unroll yourself all the way to standing.
And then find your mountain pose. So I'm just gonna change the camera a little bit so you'll be able to see my upper half. I may not be able to see my bottom half quite so well, but mountain pose, just like we do in class. So building from the bottom up, the feet, the toes are spread, they're anchored into the floor, and you're lifting up through the arch. And you'll find when you do that, that your leg engages all the way up into your bum, and that allows your shoulders to be soft and open. A few times, inhaling the arms up, exhaling them down. And again, maybe you only bring your arms up a little bit, or even less than that. Up to you. Next breath, we're going to inhale up. Exhale, bend your knees, hinge at your hips, and forward fold. Inhale, hands come to the legs with a flat back. Inhale up, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Bend through your knees. Inhale, all the way up, standing. Exhale, arms come down. We're going to do that one more time. Rooting through the feet, rooting as you lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Rooting down through the feet, lifting up. Exhaling, mountain pose. One full breath here. Inhale, pause, exhale, pause. Step your right foot forward, left foot back. Warrior one, so widen your stance on your mat so that you're stable. Hips like headlights facing the same direction. Inhaling, bend the knee, arms come up. Exhaling, come on down. Inhale up. You can even experiment and turn your palms up on the way up. Turn them down on the way down. This time, lift up, rooting down through the outer edge of your back foot, and staying here for 2 breaths. Inhale, pause, exhale, pause. Inhale, straighten the knee, turn onto the ball of your back foot, and step into a mountain pose again. Left foot forward, right foot back. To widen your stance, not forward and back, but side to side on the mat. Have a check down at your knee to make sure you're not extending over your feet. Fill up, bending the front leg, exhaling down. And again, do what you will with your arms to make them easy. Tension free. Inhale up and stay. 2 breaths. Inhale, pause, exhale, pause. Inhale, knee straightens, turn onto the ball of your back foot. Step into a mountain pose. Tree. So, engaging your right foot on the floor, slowly transferring the weight onto it, lifting up through the arch of the foot, lifting up through your kneecap, all the way up to the hip. Finding a spot on the floor or on your leg for your other foot. So maybe your toes are still on the ground and your heel is resting on your ankle. Or maybe your foot is against your other shin. Wherever you are, lifting up and out of that standing hip. Finding a steady spot to gaze at as you raise your arms into your favorite tree. Maybe you're a lodgepole pine today. Maybe you're a maple or an oak. Maybe you're an evergreen. Try to find softness in the pose. And in the breath, don't forget to breathe. That leg comes down to the floor. Shake out a little bit between sides. Other foot comes to the floor. Lift it, so establishing your base, lifting up through the sole of the foot. Finding a spot for your foot, either on the floor or on your shin or the side of your shin. Finding a spot to gaze at and deep center line. Inhaling the arms up. And being able to come down out of the pose whenever you need to. And one of my yoga students on Monday nights was talking about trees and how trees in a windstorm, if they're together in the forest, they don't all lean the same way against the wind, but they lean in a way that supports all the other trees. That's something to think of right now too. And then exhale, everything draws down. Mountain pose, inhale, pause, exhale, pause. Legs coming out wide, toes pointing out like a duck. One hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, bend your knees as you hinge forward at the hips. I'm going to disappear off the screen. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, forward fold. And this time, just let your arms be loose like wet noodles. And just hang and take a few breaths, letting your spine descend towards the floor. And then from there, inhaling, coming back up. And we're going to make our way all the way down to the floor again. Right onto your back. Arms out in a T again, a few more windshield wipers. Hips to one side, head over the other direction. Back to center. Other direction. One more time each side. And then come back to center. Feet root a little bit. Lift your hips up and come over onto the edge of your left hip. let your legs descend to the side and look out over the opposite arm for 5 breaths. Softening with every exhale. Inhaling back up to center after your 5 breaths. Straighten your hips and then lifting them again a little ways over onto the edge of your right hip. And let your legs fall the other direction. If this is too much for you, you can stack your legs, or you can put a pillow in between them, or a couch cushion, or if you have a bolster at home. Everything comes back to center. Bring your knees in to a great big hug as you rock from side to side. And if you like, you can widen your knees so they're more directed towards your armpits, and you can rock that way. And then find your way into a comfortable relaxation pose. Bolster under the knees if it helps, or a little lift under your head, like a blanket. Feet nice and wide, rolling away from you on the floor. Arms open. Everything becoming soft. And for the first few breaths of relaxation, return to the breathing practice we did at the beginning of class. So first, pay attention to the length of your inhale. And see if you can match the length of your inhale with the length of your exhale. And then for a few breaths, see if you can lengthen your exhale so it's 1.5 times the length of your inhale. And keeping the sense of calm and stillness that that length brings, let the breath go. Let the body be heavy into the floor. Let yourself sink into a feeling of well-being, of being at ease. Of being a field of physical sensation, present, here, now. This is a poem called One Day by Laura Foley. I didn't read the news. I raked a rainbow of pungent autumn leaves, played abroad with happy dogs, held my granddaughter in my arms, and sat beneath an amiable maple, attentive to current events. Taking a few deeper breaths and keeping a feeling of calmness, ease, and well-being. Maybe you'd like to open your eyes and close them a few times. Maybe make circular motions with your wrists and your ankles, or wiggle your fingers and your toes. Slowly come back into the room and find your way into a seated position. And we'll empty our lungs and we'll inhale. And after that, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Empty your lungs. Inhale. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I'm wishing you all peace and wellness. Namaste. All right, I'm going to stop recording now, Jeannie, and then we can say goodbye.